The discipline of archaeology, which investigates past societies by excavating and analyzing objects and buildings, has helped us learn much about our history. Several extraordinary archaeological findings over decades have significantly altered our perspective on history. Discoveries of forgotten towns, royal burial sites, and antique artworks all provide windows into the rich fabric of human history. In this video, we will talk about the 10 top archaeological finds, highlighting the extraordinary work of investigators and the invaluable artifacts they have unearthed. 10. Otzi, the Glacier mummy. Trekkers exploring an iceberg in the Italian Alps in 1991 discovered the ice-covered body of a man who had lived more than 100 years before. Otzi, the Glacier mummy, has been studied extensively by experts ever since he was discovered. According to the research, Otzi was a farmer who herded sheep, cattle, and goats in the area that is today the line of separation between Italy and Austria. According to the research, Otzi probably did not reside in the Alps, but in the Isaac Valley of Italy. 9. The ancient footprints. In 2020, archaeologists discovered the world's earliest human footprints. Researchers at White Sands National Monument in New Mexico discovered footprints dated to approximately 1,000 and 3,000 years ago. That's almost twice as ancient as the previous record for oldest footsteps in North America. It radically changes how we think about the earliest settlers on that continent. Before this groundbreaking find, the earliest civilization of the continent was thought to have occurred around 11,000 and 13,000 years before. 8. Collection of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver. In 2009, an English farmer titled Terry Herbert, running a metal detector over fields, uncovered a significant ancient find: gold relics. He contacted the authorities, who set up an excavation to find the valuables over many weeks. The phrase Staffordshire Hoard was given to the find because it contained the largest grouping of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver riches ever unearthed. The team discovered thousands of other objects throughout their excavation. 7. Ancient human species. The remains of a formerly unidentified prehistoric human species were uncovered in the Philippines in 2019. They have been given the name Homo luzoensis, and it is said that they existed on Luzon Island around 50,060, 7,000 years before. 7 teeth and a handful of little bones were all that were needed for the identification to be made by historians. 6. Library of Alexandria. In 2004, a group of academics from Poland and Egypt dug up what they believed to be the lost Library of Alexandria. This library was home to the literature of such legendary figures as Plato and Socrates. This was the first instance that an intricate network of Greco-Roman seminar rooms had been discovered in the Mediterranean, and digging marked the occasion. 5. The Nazca Lines. Geoglyphs, known as the Nazca Lines, can be found on Peru's coastal plains. Most of the patterns were made by scratching on the surface or with pebbles, spanning a total area of around 170 square miles. The earliest of the designs were chiseled into stones and date back to 500 BC, but the majority of the patterns were created by the prehistoric Nazca people around 200 BC and 500 AD. Species including apes, birds, and llamas, as well as more complex geometric patterns, are shown in a number of the Nazca Lines. 4. Lucy, a human or what? Dozens of Australopithecus afarensis skeleton fossils were discovered in the Afar Triangle in Ethiopia by fossil hunters in 1974. It is estimated that bone fragments date back to around 3.2 million years old and make up around 40 of the skeletal system of a female member of that family. Researchers have given this fossil the name Lucy. New evidence suggests that Lucy and her ancestors utilized their powerful limbs to climb trees and walk erect on 2 feet. 3. Madaba map. Located in the Byzantine monastery of St. George in Madaba, Jordan, the Madaba map is the earliest known depiction of the Holy Land, and more specifically, Jerusalem. The map dated back to AD 560 and 565 and was discovered in 1884, undergoing church fixes. Even though most of the tiled map had been damaged when it was discovered, the section showing Jerusalem had been preserved. 2. The Tutankhamun's tomb. Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered by Howard Carter and George Herbert in 1922, which catapulted the pharaoh into global renown. The tomb, known by its Egyptian denomination Keefe 62, came to light in the Valley of the Kings in a largely undamaged state, despite its modest proportions and apparent lack of royal significance. The tomb housed almost 2,000 priceless artifacts. Tutankhamun continues to be a cultural icon, and his story continues to pique curiosity about ancient Egypt. 1. A massive amount of manuscripts. Near Khirbet Qumran, about 2 kilometers upstream from the Dead Sea, a trove of tunnels containing 800 scrolls was discovered. These are known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. The manuscripts span about 700 years before the arrival of Christ and are among the oldest Hebrew biblical scriptures humans have. They have shed illumination on the Bible's original form and structure from 2 millennia ago, giving interpreters of the Bible invaluable information. That's all for today. Do you want to find the next archaeological discovery? Then buy a metal detector at the International Detector Center. Do you love discovering history? If yes, then our channel is a treasure trove of knowledge, experiences, and discoveries. Now hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming up.